and trying to get them out to vote and talking about the grievances that they have with the way that politics works is really, it expands your worldview. You start to recognize that a lot of like the Bernie bro conversation, for example, in regards to how Bernie bros were really mean to Elizabeth Warren, like literally no one gives a fuck about that. Okay, your mom and dad might give a fuck about it because your mom and dad are already just like you. They're MSNBC watchers. They are more activated, but like regular fucking workers who most of them don't even participate in the Democratic primaries, like, they don't give a fuck about Bernie Sanders being mean. They know Bernie is like a nice guy who they wanted to vote for, but they only vote in the general and don't even think about voting in the primaries. Like, it's dumb. So it's good. I think it'll expand people's worldview regardless. But ultimately, I agree with like encouraging people to go out and participate in the electoral process. I have done it myself and will continue to do it. I think organizing is a really important part of getting shit done, if not the only way to get anything done. And I've also held the position consistently, regardless of whether I disagree with John Ossoff or not, and like Warnock more overall, that these are two extremely important races. And if you want anything at all, you have to. You are living in a bubble. Workers who are not informed on politics do care about inconsequential things like Bernie Bros or misogynist. They vote based on looks and feelings more than anything. Okay, man. Yeah, you're right. No, they do. You're right. They care about Bernie Bros being misogynistic. I'm probably in a bubble. You're correct. Assuming that the only time you're going to ever be in contact with a working class person is when they're fucking delivering food to you, if it's not going to be really obstructive of their daily process, maybe ask them a question about that, a thing or two. See how they feel about it. I mean, a lot of them are going to be younger and going to be more aware of what's going on, but... And also, actually, fuck that. Don't fucking annoy the delivery driver. They're already going through enough delivering food to your shitty ass during COVID. Never mind, I take that back. Is a coal miner, Bernie Bros being meanies online is the reason why I voted for Trump. This is so funny, dude. I can't get over it. The average working class person cares about Bernie Bros being meanies online is a excellent take. By those who constantly say, oh, lefties are only popular on Twitter. Twitter is not real life. And then they literally only talk about Twitter grievances. Like, at least most lefties, myself included, understand that Twitter is not fucking real life. We say it all the goddamn time.
Business is here.
Own business is here. We know how important it is. So even our small, like 1, 2, 3 votes can swing things. Obviously, like you guys saw it during the election.
Hey. I think the fact that he's holding these kind of events for, Asian Americans, I believe are pretty underrepresented. One reason is because we don't go out and vote, but I think it's a good thing that he's reaching out to us first, so that we can reach back out. So, yeah, I think he's doing okay so far.
He's been doing a really good job with hiring some of the new members into his campaign, like him, Ashling. She's been a great activist in the community for a long time, and if we can really make history by flipping those 2 Senate seats in Georgia, I think we're going to be the superstars.
Thanks, guys.
My dad came home from his construction job and asked me, did you see how many snake emojis were in Warren's replies? Disgusting. Vegan, by the way. People puggo. Good news, a judge just ordered DACA to be fully reinstated. Breaking. Judge rules the Trump administration must fully restore DACA by Monday, dealing what would be a final blow to Mr. Trump's long-fought effort to end the protections from an Obama-era program for undocumented immigrants. This is really good news. Bullying conservatives on Twitter is not praxis. I've literally never said that. I also fucking despise the word praxis anyway. I think it's so fucking lame. Like, people also think like door knocking is praxis, which it's kind of not. But anyway, did Gen Z affect the 2020 election?
Trump's tenure in the Oval Office has deeply divided.
Like saying paying your taxes is praxis. It's not.
An already fractured America.
Get you free, Trump, you're fired. Bumper stickers and postcards right here. I'm giving them out for free.
Thank you to Donald J. Trump. Good luck tonight. 4 more years, we counting on you. We praying for you.
For decades, Democrat politicians like Joe Biden have taken black voters for granted.
Barack Obama is the first president that I remember. Hey, this is where I'm supposed to be. That person looks like me.
I actually didn't vote in the last election.
The administration, in a new filing, asked the Supreme Court to abolish Obamacare.
After he won, I kind of was like, wow, I messed up. I don't like how my health is being gambled on.
President Trump has been trying to eliminate the temporary protected status programs, and this has left 200,000 people in a state of panic and worry.
I'm in my final year of high school. I've thought about, is it even worth going to college if I don't know if my future is even going to be here in the US? I feel like, a 17-year-old shouldn't be having those thoughts. Deportation can start as early as March 2021. What's at stake is my parents, right? My life, my future.
Alrighty, let the games begin.
800,000 people like that. And even more, a number that can go all the way up to 1 million, too. 1.2 million. That's the number of people under the scope of the DACA program that could get protection from the government or their very existence is threatened on U.S. soil as a consequence of Trump wanting to undo the Obama-era protections. It's so fucked up. It's so profoundly fucked up.
I did what I said I was going to do. I walked in and voted for President Donald J. Trump for term 2.
Good shit, dude. Good job. My friend sent me this saying he'll never get a take like this from you because you're detached from the day-to-day politics because you don't follow the internal dynamics of politics. Please roast him. He says you're just a gamer. But Hagedorn, who has really distinguished himself in those last few months, okay, I'm just a gamer. Fucking owned. Really moving the needle here, Chris. Thanks. It's actually a day-to-day politics when you hand it off to Republicans. And you give it to them. Conservative like the judge on the Wisconsin Supreme Court with an extraordinary rebuke of efforts to get the courts to overturn the results of the presidential election. This is a dangerous path we are asking to tread, warns Justice Brian Hagedorn. Oh, nice. I just don't know what realpolitik is. Just a gamer, brother.
So I got 25 medium and 25 lemon pepper.
Switch it to the Kamala side.
I just don't want it behind me.
That's all I have. It's your guy.
Not my guy.
I could have seen enough about Trump like just through social media, just videos of Trump doing his Trump thing, to know that that is just a bad person.
Think about, all right, what president in your era has put $500 billion for the African American community?
What president in your era literally wouldn't denounce white supremacy on national television during a
What
presidential
president has
debate?
secured continuous funding for HBCUs?
He said white supremacists fucking stand by.
He said stand by, stand back, whatever you want me to say.
Do you denounce white supremacy? Yes.
He has said it plenty of times.
I know this dynamic. I experience it every day. One of my black friends has literally turned into this person. Slowly but fucking surely. And it's so annoying. And it's so fucking stupid because Michael Treacy and others like him will look at this photo and be like, see something wrong here? A white guy telling a black guy what's racist? It's like, hey, dumbass. Maybe look at the overwhelming amount of black people who don't fucking feel this way. Just because this makes your worldview a little bit more palatable doesn't change the reality on the ground. Okay? Like, literally just move beyond this individual, this hyper-focused, small fucking frame where a white dude is telling a black dude what white supremacy is like, which can fucking happen. And just, like, pull yourself out of that and look at the rest of the black community and how they vote and why they vote in certain ways. It's so dumb. It's the but I have black friends argument. I mean, it's just so fucking stupid. This one black guy agrees with me, so, you know, I'm right.
That's the point. Why didn't he say it on the...
Not all black people think the same either, lol. Yeah, I know, but we're talking about vote patterns. Like,
Definitely
very
some of my
clearly,
friends.
an overwhelming majority of black people fucking think that Donald Trump is not good and thought that literally the guy who wrote the crime bill was a better choice than Donald motherfucking Trump. So any number of, like, that doesn't change the reality that Joe Biden's track record on black issues is still fucking horrible. But in the eyes of black people, very clearly, the overwhelming majority think Donald Trump is worse than Joe Biden. That is just facts. Like, you cannot deny that. Like, you cannot. It's like when Republicans try to say we are the real party of the working class, and you look at the majority of people that make less than $100,000 a year, they vote Democrat. Like, you can't fucking deny that, okay? You can say, oh, well, all the billionaires are Democrats, or, oh, well, you know, all the districts that where the wealthiest people live in, like, voted Democrat now. Okay, that just means that the Democratic Party is not a threat to the existence of billionaires and wealthy people, which sucks. I know, I agree, they should be a threat. But that doesn't mean that, like, the majority of poor people still fucking vote Democrat. Like, that's still the truth. Anyway, it's top of the hour, every hour, 6-second ad break. I'm going to run it right now.
From Georgetown are definitely not supporters of the president. I think the firmness in my beliefs comes from being consistently pushed on it. I mean, there is a benefit of having people ask, well, you know, why the hell do you believe what you believe? What makes you so sure? And I can't sit here and talk to you about knowing the other side and knowing what it's like to be a minority.
Bro. Black conservatives are so funny. There's literally one fucking art. It's the Key and Peele sketch. Always. Like, literally, always. We are not a monolith. Like, the entire fucking worldview of a black conservative revolves around how black people vote Democrat unconditionally, and that's fucked up. And that's why I wanted to change it. Like, it just revolves around how you're different. Like, okay, got it. Like, every argument gets reduced to literally that. At the core of every black conservative argument is like, oh, you just expect all black people to vote Democrat. Bad Faith Pod had an interview with Dr. Cornell West in the most recent episode that discussed this exact phenomenon. I highly suggest listening. Bree had some great analysis. I bet.
Who identifies as a conservative and then say things like, well, yeah, I don't really want to talk to anyone who disagrees with me. Not only is that hypocritical as hell, but I don't know if it has any value. There's something you can do genuinely about talking to people who disagree with you. It makes you really ask yourself, is this what I believe in? Are these values that I hold?
Listen, if you want to be a contrarian, if you want to be a contrarian black person, just become a leftist. Like, there, that's it. Like, you are more productive. That way, you don't look like a fucking clown ass. And you can still come across as contrarian whenever you question or criticize the Democratic Party. As a matter of fact, you probably won't look that contrarian because ultimately you can probably get other people other black people in your community to also come on board with your point of view. Yeah, there you go. Everybody, the liberals hate progressives, the Republicans hate progressives. If contrarianism is the only reason why you're turning into a black conservative, then you're focused on the wrong thing. He's a college kid driving a $40K car. Of course he's conservative. I mean, statistically it makes sense, but still.
And here we are at the polling place to finally vote. And it looks like there's no line, thank the Lord, so. My family's not very politically active at all, so I think my interest with politics was really found by myself. I can remember being a freshman in high school and waking up at 6 in the morning watching C-SPAN to try and ID.
Another way to clock black conservatives is zero drip. It's crazy. I don't know why. I don't know how. Conservatives are so permanently dripless, dude. Jesus
congressmen
Christ.
and women to see who's who and what's what.
Alrighty. Let the games begin. I did what I said I was gonna do. I walked in and, voted for, President Donald J. Trump for term 2.
I'm a black conservative Protestant at a predominantly white and liberal Catholic university. If I was gonna sit there and choose my friends based off of my demographics or having things and are meeting all these boxes and criteria and having this set of identity, then I probably would not have as many friends as I do, and I'd probably be a very lonely person. So.
Arriba la familia, abajo el odio. Arriba la familia, abajo el odio. Arriba la familia.
We are here today advocating for permanent residency for people with TPS.
Your vote, your vote, your vote, your vote.
What we're doing on this caravan is promoting people to go out and vote. We've been on the road for a month, almost 2, and it's several TPS recipients, and it's me and my mom. TPS is a temporary protected status, a legal status that was given to people from 13 different countries that were fleeing from their countries due to natural or political disaster. When Donald Trump came into office, one of the first things he did was that he canceled the program. As of now, there's a chance that our families could be separated, and thousands of other families. Dealing with the cancellation of TPS has taken a big toll on me and my family. And since then...
He has Hasanabi here because all Mexicans are Turks? Yes.
I've struggled more in school. I've had sleepless nights. And
dude, imagine me, he's fucking 17, dude. 17 years old. This is what you got to deal with.
I wish all of you knew how that
I mean, there's people in here that are dealing with this right now. So. I'm
not able to vote this year. I'm 17. It makes me pretty sad because me being a U.S. citizen child that has 2 parents that have TPS, I'm their voice.
Hi, my name is Clarice, and this is my story about how I'm living my best, happiest life, even with a chronic illness. I was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at birth, so I want to advocate that life doesn't have to stop because you're sick, because being sick doesn't stop life. So since the 2016 election, I started being a little bit more vocal about my illness and to start really being more activist in it. Cystic fibrosis, it's a genetic disease, but it is a progressive disease. So the later throughout your life, the worse it starts to get. This vest is a common therapy treatment for CF. The Affordable Care Act, it's given me kind of like peace of mind. You're trying to get better, you're trying to focus on your health, and then to all of a sudden be like, well, that's all you're gonna pay for. It's just kind of an awful thing to put on someone to like make them decide like, you can go bankrupt or, you know, you can keep living. It's just, I can't imagine like having to think about that.
As young Republicans, conservative, moderates, and those disaffected by our political system, we intend to continue that mission to look forward and provide a forum and platform for a new and more perfected party. The issues important to Generation Z should no longer be ignored.
Are we saying anything about systemic racism in this platform, or?
I think we don't, we should.
It's a great question, and I'm gonna be frank, I have a very different viewpoint than I'd say most people do on that. I would encourage us to put language that says that this country isn't inherently racist. There's nothing intrinsically racist about it.
Yeah.
I would say that the country is only as racist as the occupants of offices of power, right?
Okay. They owned slaves when they built it. And that same attitude still exists in within those institutions as a consequence of those who have been socially conditioned into continuing at least some form of that racial disparity. So what's up?
I feel like our platform right now could just add a little bit more conservatism to it.
Yeah.
It would probably broaden our support. So.
Yeah, Elle, would you mind making that note?
Yeah, so I'm with you.
Change can be a good.
Bro, that's crazy, dude. Like, that's just fucking so crazy. I look, I will never understand what it's like to be a black person in America. Like, there's just no way. You just cannot understand it. You cannot comprehend it. When, like, every fucking facet of culture has been built around the foundational principle that you are not a full human being. Like, that's it. That's literally what America was built on. So, of course, the modernized attitudes are still going to reflect that. The modernized attitudes are still going to reflect that no matter what. So when I see someone who's like this, like, I just think about the Hotep mentality. Like, obviously this is not as extreme as the Hoteps, but like wholesale denial of like slavery's existence to begin with is an escape mechanism. I think that's where it comes from. Where you're just like trying to fucking deny that people could be this horrible. Compared to the other two guys in the vid, he is pretty bourgeoisie. I mean, yeah, but still. Unfortunately, he does not know his history and how whitewashed it is. No, I think he probably sees it. I think it's just denial. It's like, it's so shocking to even consider. It's so shocking and horrible to fucking even consider that it's an escape mechanism. Like where denying that is the case and saying like, oh, slavery is just a mindset, bro, is like a way to prevent yourself from, a way to shield yourself from the really horrifying truths. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. What did you see? Look at why you're so dumb logs. I can't.
A good thing. And the president is a change agent, and I'm hoping to be a change agent for my party as well from a Generation Z's perspective.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Your boy, her, bro. You're trying to talk this good for her. Democrats love to money. Fuck the people. Wake up, dude. Your takes flying from left to right. It's hard to take you serious. You know, black people started slavery and white people ended it. Oh, wow. Oh, no, this is... Oh, he's trying to fucking reach out to the other one. No. Nope, you don't get that. You don't get to do that. You don't get to fucking... Come on, man. Stop.
Very anxious
Stop trying to fucking make fake, like, accounts.
and been watching probably too much about this election.
Yeah.
You know, with the health care, with all that going on, with the Supreme Court, my hope is that there are enough people that will make enough noise that they're going to have to protect the people with pre-existing conditions.
Yeah, because my medicine, I mean, it's just astronomical. I mean, Trikafta alone, but then also my enzymes. I mean, that's what, $3,000 a month. Trikafta is...
Hey, have you thought about working harder? I don't understand. Oh, you have cystic fibrosis? Well, try not having it, forehead. That's the Republican mentality, by the way. Like, we laugh. But that's literally the argument that Republicans make. Like, Ben Shapiro's like, oh, it's like buying a couch. Like Ben Shapiro, the brilliant conservative intellectual giant, compares healthcare to buying couches. You don't get to buy a couch, hypothetically, that you can't pay for. Healthcare should have the same principle.
The new gene modifier drug that came out late last year, not a cure, but I mean, it's like pretty darn close. I mean, it went from, you know, you probably didn't make it to kindergarten to, I mean, now you can plan out your whole life. Like, it's like becoming a manageable disease. For the first time in my life, I don't have to like have that thought in the back of my head of, you know, like life is kind of short.
I at first did not like the idea of my mom being on the bus because she has health issues.
Yo tengo mi hijo Benjamín. Él, cuando supo de la caravana, él me dijo, mami, yo me voy. Ese día yo lloré mucho. Y yo dije, si mi hijo tiene el coraje de subirse, aunque yo tenga diabetes, aunque yo sea de alto riesgo, también yo subo al bus.
My parents, they've been here for over 20 years. If my parents were to be deported, I would have to be the legal guardian of my sister. A college student shouldn't have to have the responsibility of trying to get their life together.
Hey, I'm sorry. As a 17-year-old DACA recipient, have you considered not being transported across the Mexico-U.S. border as a 2-year-old? Yeah, guess what? Again, that's the fucking conservative argument. Like, literally, if you're opposed to DACA, no, he is. He said he was DACA. He's not DACA? Oh, he's a U.S. citizen? Oh, that's even worse. I thought he said he was DACA. He said he was TPS, dude. He said he's TPS. Oh, his parents have TPS. Did I misunderstand it? I thought he said he had temporary protected status. Regardless. Hey, okay. Once again. That's even better. Hey, did you... Oh, I'm sorry. Did your parents get Did your parents get deported because they had temporary protected status? Well, have you thought about not being born to a family that were DACA recipients? I'm a conservative, by the way. This is how I think. This is how I operate. Yeah. Have you considered hypothetically being born in the United States to a family that was also born here instead of being brought here when they were children? I'm very smart.
And, well, a child.
That's the argument.
As you can see, people are still voting in much of the country. The lines have been long all through the day.
When you go out and vote today, think about all the families that could be separated because of this administration. Deportations for TPS can start as early as March 2021. That's why I ask all of you to go out and vote against hate. Go out and vote for our families, for my family.
This most unusual and important race for the White House at the finish line. Votes being counted, polls starting to close.
I'm just trying not to lose my mind.
I started announcing some of the states.
I think one of the funnier parts about like particular communities claiming that I hate like the DACA kids because I wasn't like on board with Joe Biden hard enough is the fact that like, sure, there are neoliberal DACA recipients too, of course, but like most of the fucking DACA people are radical as shit. Like, they're literally the most. First of all, I technically am a first generation here too, but most of the fucking DACA kids that I know are pretty goddamn radical. And that of course tracks, except for David Dobrik, but that of course tracks with the Hispanic youth as well. Are you a DACA recipient? No, I'm an anchor baby. I am an anchor baby.
Oklahoma, Kentucky.
Here comes a thread with 5 DACA recipient neoliberals telling you that you can run. I mean, they can suck my dick. I mean, I'll defend them. I'll defend them till the day I die. But they can also literally suck my entire dick if they think that I'm not on board with their well-being and have been for a lot longer than any other political commentator that they've ever fucking decided to watch. Once they decided that they weren't alt-right dipshits.
Oh, New York coming in strong.
And a year unlike any we've ever covered, and we don't know what the country's decision is.
We've spent the last 3 days watching Donald Trump's huge lead from
The Fox News decision desk can now project that former Vice President Joe Biden will win Pennsylvania and Nevada, putting him over the 270 electoral votes he
We were
needs
getting ready
to
to
become
win
the
this
46th
election.
president of the
Frankly,
United
we
States.
did win this election.
I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify.
President Trump is doubling down on his refusal to concede.
Give you a citizenship? Yes, I was born here. Why can't you get rid of me, bitch? Why should I give a shit about the end of the world? That sucks. Casually driving on 3 wheels. Daily dose of the internet.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This person was casually driving around on 3 wheels.
That doesn't look too casual to me.
Here's a cat that stands like this.
It's a chunky boy. You fat cats are so funny.
Here's an MRI of what it looks like when you rub your eyes.
Oh God. Oh, that's gonna be scary as fuck. Before we go along with that, I gotta say, first of all, Hasanabi gaming viewer. Secondly, fat cats very funny. Fat dogs not always funny. Fat cats always funny. Fat dogs not always funny. Sometimes, especially if like a dog's body is like really big and their head is like too tiny. I don't know. It just feels kind of weird.
Here's an MRI of what it looks like when you rub your eyes.
Ah!
You cannot have an entire loaf of bread! Stop it! I don't care! You can't! Get off!
This pigeon was walking around and intentionally put on some bread necklaces. Would you swim in a pool with a glass bottom view like this?
What the fuck?
This
Nope.
dog is trying to plead that it's innocent.
My headrest.
Babe.
You do. You lift your tail up. No, you lift your tail up and you rub your butt on the headrest. Of the front seat. No, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to. No, you're not.
What is this? Adopt a fat cat? Never.
This Christmas light display is absolutely amazing.
I will get a dog before I get a cat. Don't be crazy.
Get down there, buddy. 3, 2, 1. Woohoo!
I wanted to quickly mention that today is my birthday, so thank you for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it, and you know, all the birthday messages make me so happy. And that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Why does he talk like this?
Colonel Rhodes, glad to see you can make it, son. I feel safer already.
I will take a.
We know he's not Leafy. He kind of looks like a Chad, actually. He's like a good-looking dude. You would not expect his voice to be the way he looks. You would not expect the way he looks to match up with his voice. I'm being voicist, yeah.
Secret Service agent.
I think he has a medical condition for his voice. Oh my fucking God. Everyone has a medical condition. Everything, dude. Well, oh my God, I'm going to turn into a reactionary. I have a medical condition, okay? I have to make fun of other people's medical conditions. That's it. I'm going to be one of those fucking Karens, dude. I'm a reactionary going forward. I'm a fucking Karen. I need like one of those fake like American freedom to make fun of others card. And then, you know, I pull that up and it says like under the ADA, I can be ableist as much as I want to. As long as it's not like an observable medical condition or something that I knew existed already.
Like that. Hi everyone, my name is Evie Pompuris. I'm a former special agent with the U.S. Secret Service. And I was also on the Presidential Protective Division for Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama. I've also protected Presidents George H.W. Bush, George Bush, and Bill Clinton.
Save this for later if you haven't seen it. Also, my friend who called you a gamer says he concedes that you're better than Chris Hayes. I think it's not your friend, it's you who's saying these things. And I'm not going to watch that.
Today, I'm going to be watching movie and TV clips.
Finish
and
the
letting
Vice
you
video?
know
I already
how
did.
real
Shut
or
up.
not real I think that they are. The first thing I noticed with this clip is the President of the United States is in the crowd shaking hands with people. That would really not happen. In real life, when we're doing protection, you won't see the President go into the crowd or into the table area. Typically, a rope line is created within some distance from the stage, usually several feet, and people will line up by that rope line, and the President will go then and shake those people's hands. So there's always a barrier. There's always something separating the President from the people. He or she may be in the future, but he will not be in that crowd. That's not make-believe. That is very, very real. That is your job as a Secret Service agent. Your job is to take a bullet, not only just to jump in front of the bullet.
Bro, imagine taking a bullet for Trump, though. That's so whack. Like, at least some of the other presidents are, like, a little bit more respectable, you know what I mean? Like, Donald Trump doesn't even win on the aesthetic side. You know what I mean? Most presidents are pieces of shit. But like Donald Trump on top of that is like outwardly rude and awful. You know what I mean? Even Bush, like at least Bush had the respectability shit, even though he's a warmonger and a psycho, right? Also, technically, Bush literally had his own dodging skills, if you remember. And also another president that someone didn't take a bullet for was fucking Reagan, so...
But to get into the way and to make yourself as big as possible. So you're also taught to expand your body to make sure that the bullet actually hits you and doesn't miss you and hit the President of the United States. Through all the tactical training that you go through in the Secret Service Academy, this is a movement that you do over and over and over again. It's also a Secret Service mindset. When you go through training and if you enter this job, like you are at that point comfortable and fully okay with doing something like this.
Psychos.
The shift's job is to assess the environment. They're always looking out, and the potential threat is someone who can do harm. The number one thing to look for, honestly, is the hands. You want to see hands, and I always would want to see hands, open hands. So if the hands are out and open, then I know that there's nothing in those hands. On occasion, you might get somebody who unintentionally is maybe holding something, holding even a pen. And when you see that, I mean, literally, you just knock that pen out of their hands. If somebody has their hands in their pockets and they're unwilling to take them out, if there's not enough time to get those hands out, I mean, you literally would just grab that person's hands, lock them down until the President passes. Based on realism, on 1 to 10, I would actually give this, a 7.
Mr. Secretary, get away from the window, now! We need to leave, now.
We see the detail leader go over to where Kiefer Sutherland is standing, and he actually closes the windows, and he tells them, sir, get away from the window. That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely what I would do as well. You'd want to get them out of the area of danger, and you'd want to put them in an environment where they are safe, some type of bunker.
Did you see that? Did you see that? To smoke out any ambush. White House is secure. Let's go.
I would not take the future president of the United States back to the White House. Absolutely not. The swearing-in ceremony can wait till later. You'd want to take the president to an undisclosed safe location. Keep him there for some time until things have settled, and then you can figure out what to do next. So on 9/11, what did they do with the president? They grabbed the president, and they actually kept him on Air Force One, and they flew around.
It's confirmed. Eagle is gone.
In this scene, we see the president being referred to as Eagle, his code name. Every administration gets code names, and typically the code names all begin with the same letter. So for the Clintons, it was an E. Everybody in the Clinton administration or the protectees, they all had E's. For President George W. Bush, it was a T. And so essentially all the family members, First Lady, President, the children, they all had code names beginning with a T. So they do change for every administration, and the code.
I wonder who was called Turkey. You know, one of them was called Turkey.
Name actually stays with the person even after they leave the presidency. Where are my snipers? Snipers are there to actually look for the threat that's coming from above. Here we see an open window. The snipers are tactically placed throughout the environment, and they're put in elevated positions so they can see elevated threats. So they're actually working in tandem with a ground team, and they call out the positions, they call out the threats. The ground team is what responds. They are active. They are seeing open window. They are seeing somebody moving. They're seeing somebody at a rooftop, and immediately somebody is responding. Your sniper team up top is the one who's going to see the threat, they're going to engage the threat, and they're going to take that threat out. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this one a 3.
Dude, I just realized that, like, nearly every single movie that has, like, Secret Service in it, or, like, a president is being attacked or assassinated, is garbage. Like, is there a fucking movie that's above a 5 that involves a president getting fucking assassinated? What the fuck? Documentaries excluded. Like, no Oliver North shit. Literally all of them are trash, dude.
I have a really hard time with this clip because there's so many things in here that are not true, which makes kind of the whole thing not real. The cars, the beast. There's only one beast in this. There's always going to be 2 beasts. And not only are you going to have 2 ballistic limos, you're also going to have multiple follow-up vehicles, which tend to be suburban, which are also ballistic. Your emergency vehicle, which is showing up to save the day.
Everybody talks about ballistic missiles, but nobody talks about holistic missiles, dude.
That's
True.
going to be there. You're not going to have this emergency vehicle showing up from nowhere. Now here, we also see this internal ambush happening. In the inner circle of the president, although we have help, you have police help, they typically tend to be at the outskirts. In the inner circle of protection, it's always going to be U.S. Secret Service.
All right, back to the car.
So here's why there's a technical error here. The building, we see the building, somebody closes the doors. That would never happen. There's always an agent there, and that agent's job is to make sure that those doors are open so that the president can run back in if he needs to. The other thing is the vehicle door. That vehicle door will also stay open. So basically what you're ensuring is the president can either go into the car, if he needs to, into the beast, or back into the building. And here we see them stuck outside, which should absolutely never happen.
Norman, down!
I was waiting on this. I was waiting which one of the degenerates in my audience would finally say, like, why is she still pausing, Puggo? I was waiting on it. I'm glad that there was someone silly enough that would get mad at the other person for pausing as well.
That is a ballistic vehicle. The beast is called the beast for a specific reason. The beast is designed to take a beating and keep going. When you travel to
Why am I
another country,
turned on? She's talking about
you
a
make
car.
sure to do advance work. Advance work means sending agents out there in advance for weeks at a time, sometimes maybe even a month, to prepare for a visit. That means you work very closely with the local police department, the local law enforcement entities, the local intelligence entities. It is the proactive element. It's everything you've done beforehand. So when I see this image, I have a problem. Where are my snipers? Should be snipers there. Where's the tactical team? There should be a tactical team there. Where are the long weapons? Secret Service shift agents also have long weapons. Where are those? I want to give it a 0, but let's give it, I would give it a 2.
This way, ma'am.
Nicolas Cage is actually trying to get Tess to get in through his door, the passenger side door. What he's doing is correct. Typically, you will see the protectee going in through that specific door, the door behind the passenger, and we see the detail leader, which is Nicolas Cage in this part, sitting in the front seat. The door that's closest to her front door is the passenger side door of the vehicle. A protectee needs to go in through the closest door. So what's the closest door to my front door? That passenger side door. The issue here is you don't want the protectee coming out the front door, then walking around the vehicle through the other side. That's the issue there.
Ma'am, excuse me, but we are not leaving this house until you are seated properly with your seatbelt firmly fastened.
You have to lay the law down, and I probably would have done what Nicolas Cage did. Your duty is to physically protect them, but you're also there to shield them from many things. I definitely would not do what he did, kind of shaking her up like that, but I would nudge her. I would maybe draw the curtains down at the side and shield her. I would give it an 8.
Get the perimeter! 10 meters! 360 degrees!
Yeah, there's a lot of issues with this one. One is, how on earth did he end up in the middle there with his protectee? That's, I want to say impossible, but that's highly, highly, highly unlikely. Why is there so much distance between the vehicles and them? The vehicles should actually pull up super close to them to shield them. My other thing is, we see the First Lady in this movie jump out, which is played by Kim Basinger. She jumps out and she's in the middle of it. Where's her detail leader? Each protectee has a detail leader, meaning the president has their own.
Bro, even if I leave for like literally 3 seconds, y'all wild out. Like immediately, like, what? Where'd he go? Where the fuck did he go? Is he dead? Is he dead? Fuck! Is he ever gonna come back? Like, I feel like you have separation anxiety, dude. I had to wash my fucking face. Like, I still got a caterpillar on this bad boy, okay? Got a lip warmer, dude. I have to wash it after I eat.
Person who protects them and their shift. And then the First Lady has her own person who protects her, her detail leader, and her shift. So there's 2 protection elements, not 1. So we do see Michael Douglas call out formations or degrees or angles as to where he wants people to go. That's not something that we do. There are formations, and these are pre-choreographed, pre-designed formations that we use, and we know when and how to use them, and the detail leader can on occasion sporadically call them out. But when we are being attacked, everybody automatically knows where to go, and everybody has their own position depending on the type of attack. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 3.
Damn, she's a hard ranker, dude. She is not like, she's like the Anthony Fantano of ranking Secret Service.
Colonel Rhodes, glad to see you can make it, son. I feel safer already.
Oh, she gave Nick Cage? I missed it.
1, why isn't he ID'd? I mean, make him lift up his mask. I don't know who he is. He's in this costume, and you can't see him, number 1. Number 2, nobody, as far as I'm concerned, gets on that plane with guns other than U.S. Secret Service agents. You can sense sometimes that there's a problem without even being able to articulate that there's a problem. I will take a Secret Service agent any day over anything like that.
Yo, shut the fuck up, dude. That's War Machine, lady. Fuck you mean? Shit'll rip through your fucking dumbass Secret Service all day, dude. He's got fucking nuclear warheads and shit on him. Or whatever. He is the beast. What is he called? What is it? War Machine? Fucking, it's like the Iron Man. He's the other Iron Man guy. What is his name? Isn't it? Oh, it's the Patriot. Chat, if you watched the movie, you would know that the bad guy's in the armor. The Beast. That's literally the Beast, motherfucker. That is the Beast. But in a fucking suit. Yeah, he is called War Machine in the comic books. Did they change it? For the movie? Yeah, technically Iron Patriot, but yeah, I think it's Rhodey who is War Machine. It's the War Machine reskin Iron Patriot. This suit in the comic books is War Machine specifically because he has more guns than Iron Man. Like, he has like all the fucking... He has like more rockets and shit. Iron Patriot, originally War Machine. Osborn is Iron Patriot. She would sternly tell the mechanized super soldier capable of lifting that whole 747 to take his shoulder-mounted missile launchers off before boarding, and he would listen. Yeah. I mean, I would. If I was in that, I would do it. They changed it during the movie. It's a plot point. I didn't fucking watch the Iron Man movies, dude. What are you, crazy? %% of U.S. high school students graduating without basic object permanence skills. YouTube.
Air Force One is actually the responsibility of the Air Force. The Air Force protects the plane, they maintain the plane, and when the president isn't on the plane, they actually do security for it. Members of the Air Force are allowed on the plane, members of the staff are allowed on the plane, and Secret Service agents are allowed on the plane. I have access to my weapons, we have access to all our weapons. I mean, we need our weapons.
By the way, I gotta say, no one noticed that I have new glasses. I know that they look like my old glasses, but these are the new glasses that Jinsui got me that I have to fucking pay $36 to FedEx, apparently, in duty. I got duty to pay. But shouts out to Jinsui. These are his Korean-style glasses that he got me, and when I put frames in it, I put optics in it. It's like blue light blocking, and it's also, as you can see, reflection blocking. Notice that there's like a light yellow tint to them, and also that it doesn't go crazy when lights are flashing in front of it. You look beautiful. Thank you, Marshmallow Fifths.
On the plane, and we have other weapons aside from the ones that we personally carry that we haul on and off the plane. Yes, you can use your weapon on the plane. However, users of the Air Force are allowed on the plane, members of the staff are allowed on the plane, and Secret Service agents are allowed on the plane. I have access to my weapons.
Man, you guys are such fucking babies, dude. Okay. For 3 seconds, I forgot to fucking change scene. Like, you're literally fucking spamming camera for like 3 minutes for the rest of the video.
We have access to all our weapons. I mean, we need our weapons on the plane, and we have other weapons aside from the ones that we personally carry that we haul on and off the plane. Yes, you can use your weapon on the plane. However, you have to be very, very careful when you do use that weapon. You have to be super careful, super accurate, because if you miss, you could blow a hole into the side or a portion of the plane, which could then cause a serious problem to the aircraft itself. I'll give it a 1. I only give it a 1 for just certain technical aspects, as far as like the way the limo's pulling up, the way the plane is positioned.
Gentlemen. What are you doing? Martin!
Consider this my resignation.
So how suspicious should you be of your colleague?
Okay, first of all, dude, I love... Is that James Woods? Fucking massive psycho. Like, massive psycho. Fraternity brother of mine. From MIT. Massive psycho. Scuff Jordan Peterson? No, he is insane. It's top of the hour every hour. And what that means is it's ad time. Now, if you would like to keep watching this video uninterrupted, and if you like to keep the stream going uninterrupted, all you need to do is subscribe. Fuck! I give up on that one after that. I burped right in your ears. Oh man. Anyway, you can subscribe for $5 a month or for free with your Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You can get a free subscription